Hello and good afternoon. My name is Jermaine Russell, and this is probably one of very few videos that I'm going to do where I'm actually showing my face. Just because I just never have been a fan of taking pictures and stuff like that. However, welcome to my uh, day trading fitness workout YouTube page. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to actually configure the things that I want on YouTube, but I'm putting this is like my daily journal. This is something that I'm actually sharing with the world, things that I like, particularly when it comes out to science, medicine, fitness, stock trading, yoga, things that I feel like that are important to really balance this out. So the main reason why I wanted to do this video was to talk about why or even how I got into trading. Um, I wasn't one to even know about the stock market. My background is in biomedical sciences, so I did receive my master's in microbiology. I worked in the field as a microbiologist for about 2.5 years. Then I also worked as a food inspector for New York City Department for a couple more years. Um, After that, I thought I could be able to pursue a little bit of my medical education, but because of how the schedule was and how I was kind of distracted by things from the outside, like personal relationships, it kind of deterred my or it dropped back my scoring. So I could have did actually better because I know they needed a 3.5 to maintain matriculation in the school. However, I was slightly below that, and wasn't able to continue on. So before this is when I was in med school, I pretty much give you the abridged version. But when I was in med school, um, I was understanding the fact that I was understanding medicine. I was getting to a point where medicine, for me, I felt like I was at home. Um, but at the same time, there were a lot of things that was happening socially that made me feel angry. Uh, this was during the time about 2014 where Michael Brown was killed, and and the guy from Staten Island, Eric Gardner, was killed, and it made me feel. And this is right after Trayvon Martin was killed, so these things were starting to hit me home. On yeah, I could be a physician, and still as a physician would not get any respect from the outside community, not just within the African American community or the Caribbean community or the Black American community, however you want to label it. People of color, yeah, they more than likely would give me some praise or some recognition of being a physician. But other than that, outside of that, um, it would have been a little bit more difficult. There are people that don't really care for individuals or black males to really be prosperous, and they're very right about they're right about how they feel. They can feel however they want to feel, but they're wrong in a humanistic aspect where we're all from the same cloth. We're all cut from the same universe, same particles of dust, but people allow the color to divide. So I felt like the only way to bring that type of bridge together would be for me, and having some type of right is to grow my account, to grow my financial wealth, and in doing so, leaving a legacy for my Russell bloodline, where a family can be able to produce more, gain more resources, and establish themselves as strong entrepreneurs, pioneers in this Western civilization. So the stock market became first just something just to know about, and then now it has been ingrained in my way of life. A lot of things that I look at when it comes to the stock market and how things that we purchase and the things that we are always pursuing, how does that really impact us? And I can go to any type of store and purchase something, but does it really create value? Is the money that I'm providing to that store creating value for the store that will end up providing value for the community that is supporting this store? So I'm, it started working in the stock market, definitely changed the way that I think about how I handle money. I'm usually generally good with handling money, but unlike most, there's some people in the black community, we didn't really grow up talking about money, and I want to use this platform as a means to help talk about money. Even though it's really my daily journal on how I trade, or probably even weekly journal, and I'm usually going from one place to another. I'm usually trying to travel as often as possible, but when I do have time to be able to have a personal um, opening of my spirit, this is that opportunity that I wanted to give, and this YouTube channel has been able to give me that chance to speak my mind when it comes to the stock market. And yeah, in some of these videos you probably won't understand half of it. Excuse me, I'm still getting over this cold, transitioning from Virginia Beach to New York. Weather change, horrible. But otherwise, yeah, there's going to be some terms that you probably will not understand right off back. And it took me some time to actually understand the stock market. But because, when you take out that time to understand what the code terminology is, what does this mean? What does that mean? What does it mean when Jermaine says resistance or support, or bullish signal or bearish signal? I think those are things, also like contract winners and spikes and volume, little things that help understand the stock market. That is what I want to help guide you, and probably encourage you, of anything, to be able to see. Now, I did write out some rules that I hold dear to me when it comes to trading, and I kind of want to show you in a video how to execute each trade, how to execute each trade using a rule, a system. And that's what I'm doing. I'm using a system that I've grown accustomed to, I've adapted and modified throughout this year, probably and a half of me trading. Like I said, I'm still learning. I have lost, I have gained, but in every loss that I've encountered, there have been small losses. In every gain that I've gained, there have been bigger losses, bigger wins. So there will be a time where I'm gonna post up at the end of the month. I'll post up some of my trades and how much I was able to earn with each trade, and you'll be able to see that these are real trades. I'm not just coming out and just doing trades randomly. And I actually use a system to help me choose wisely on the stocks that I want to see spike or go in my favor. So like I said, the main reason why I trade is because I felt like the black voice was not going to be heard unless there was money involved. And if you don't have money, most people are not going to listen to you, which is a horrible thing, but is almost a reality. And I wanted to encourage more people more people of color, to be able to feel empowered by their financial statements, empowered by their banking decisions, empowered by what the news says that will impact their purchasing power, and how they can all relate this into the stock market. By all means, I am definitely for diversity. I'm definitely for cultural integration. But at the same time, I know where people that resemble me are what we look like, what we're lacking. And some of us are lacking financial education. Some of us are lacking or in fear of what the markets can do, and the markets can be a player for you. And literally, you need no education to do this. all you really need to know is how to gather information, bring them together, and utilize it for an opportunistic trade in your favor. And that is the stock market in itself. And yes, it is grueling when it comes to time. I'm not going to lie, there are days that I've been up until 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and have to still wake up just in enough time to get to work at 7 in the morning. But, the rewards pay off. This is something that does not prevent you from, it doesn't prevent you from keeping you, or it does not prevent you, it gives you an opportunity to get out of your 9 to 5, 8 to 4 job and really create finances on your own, be able to create an income on your own. And you have no boss, and you have the freedom to do whatever you want. We all love freedom. And, the stock market, like I said, I have a degree in microbiology. There are forces in New York that prevented me to do so. When it came to changing some of the requirements to allow medical technologists to practice in New York, my school didn't have those. It wasn't up to date, and I had to find a better way into accumulating assets, and I did. But at the same time, I would really like to practice microbiology. The certification process prevented me from doing it. So I use what I know from my science degrees and apply it into the healthcare sector, biotech, pharmaceutical, anything that deals with science. I like to be in the know-how or in the know of what's dealing with it. So if there's FDA approvals on certain drugs, especially if they're neurological drugs, I really like it. So, I'm all about it. This is something that I do. If I'm not reading a news article on the latest, disease preventative medication to prevent Alzheimer's, then more than likely I am brushing up on my medicine and trying to make sure that the things that I'm deficient in, I'm no longer deficient in. So hopefully that my time doing the stock market, and I really hope to be doing this for a long time because I'm seeing benefits in it right now. But hopefully the things that I do in this trading will inspire you. The things that you might like in your life, that you see that's on the stock market, that it inspires you to want to buy shares in XYZ company, and so you can see your reward probably at the end of the year or however you want to trade. There's different types of traders, and however you want to trade is definitely up to you. But don't be afraid. Don't be scared. We're here to really challenge ourselves every day to do something that will bring forth our best person, bring forth our best life. And I felt like this is a challenge, but even though it's a challenge, I'm still able to open up and be available to this new space and see the rewards from this new space, and that's what I love a lot. So yes, you can probably see on my screen that I'm on Khan Academy right now, and I do like watching their health videos because I watch it as if it was TV, but I do like watching it, or watching it and trying to make sure I stay on top of medicine. But let's see where this trading goes, and hopefully that everything that I've spoken about in the 15 minutes, and that's probably the biggest flaw I have in all of my videos, that they're pretty long. They're longer than I really want them to be. They're usually about 20 minutes. But I'm trying to cut that down, trying to bring down my talking all the time. But hopefully that the things that that I bring out onto YouTube and try to inspire you and galvanize the people who are looking for jobs and probably have some money that actually want to grow in, that they can be able to use that money wisely You get the proper education, get the real understanding, and really put in the time of learning. Paper trading, which is fake trading during real time hours, when the market is open from 9:30 to 4 weekly. Um, but getting that real time trading and practicing definitely helps. It goes wonders. No one goes into an operating room first day of medical school and say, let's start operating. No, you have to build up to that. And everything is always a build up. You build one layer, you get your foundation, and you go higher, you go higher, and you go higher. And that's what I want all of us to be able to achieve. Not just black people, white people, Spanish people, Asian people. It doesn't matter. People, human. That's what I want. And I feel that with this accumulation of money, that I will be able to use it for a better purpose, as opposed to just using it for selfish reasons. So I want communities to expand, and I want to be an integral part in that. So I hope that you enjoy this channel. I hope that you enjoy the trading, and I hope that my voice does not become too boring, that you will start falling asleep following me and understanding how to trade. I'm going to try to, I'm trying, but this is a new space to me, and I enjoy it. So thank you for listening, and I hope to see you on the next video.